I wanna start this video off with a question for my fellow manga readers out there. How often do you find yourself in the following situation? You're just casually scrolling through the internet when suddenly you stumble upon this nice looking picture from a series that you have never heard of before. It immediately catches your eye and you start thinking to yourself, yo, that looks really nice, might as well check out what it's about. You copy the title, paste it into your search bar, click on that link that will send you directly to its synopsis. You slowly start reading and the next thing you find yourself thinking is, oh hell no. But what happens after that? Do you still give it a chance? Or are you instantly put off? In this scenario that might or might not have happened to me a few weeks ago, I normally wouldn't waste my time and just head straight back to goon scrolling. But this manga cover right here had me way too curious to not at least check out the first few chapters. And I'm so freaking glad that I did. So let's start talking about the manga in question with the title, Hope You're Happy, Lemon. The first chapter doesn't start off as happy though. Suno Akiyoshi just woke up from a brutal nightmare. A dream about his childhood friend and also ex-girlfriend telling him that she cheated on him with 3 other guys. And the worst thing, it really happened. A few years later, now attending college, but still carrying the trauma from his past with him, Suno, after he had completely given up on romance for a while, is looking forward again. And the reason for that is because he fell in love with his cute senpai and fellow film club member, Natsumi Kogahara. After meeting her on the way to his class, chatting about club-related things and ending their early morning encounter with a looking forward to next weekend, life couldn't be any better for Suno at this point. Well, wouldn't it be funny if he suddenly came across his ex-girlfriend, who this manga is conveniently named after? Yeah, let's make it quick. He runs into Lemon in the elevator, and although both are quite shocked, their reactions are surprisingly different. While Lemon seems happy about seeing him and hopes they bump into each other again, Suno experiences a near-death scenario and is in complete disbelief about what the hell just happened. After this unexpected event, Suno tries carrying on with his day. But of course he can't get Lemon out of his head. And what makes all of that even worse is that at his club president's cheer-up meeting later that same night, he overhears his crush saying that she wouldn't want to date someone who still carries unresolved baggage around. Bro is not allowed to catch a breath today, but his resolve is clear. Forgetting about Lemon as fast as possible and making it all the way to his happy end with Natsumi. Well, about that. Who of you guys have seen the movie Your Name? Let's just say that forgetting about his ex-girlfriend might get a little difficult from here on out. Skipping to the next day, we once more see Lemon, this time waking up in her bed, only that it's not Lemon, but Suno in Lemon's body. F those shooting stars. Again in complete disbelief, Suno quickly spirals downwards into insanity when he suddenly gets interrupted by the doorbell and is greeted by, well, himself. More or less. The situation is clear. Suno and Lemon swap bodies. They don't know how, they don't know why, but both understand that they have to pretend to be the other person for the time being. While Lemon seems pretty chill about it for now, Suno is already imagining the worst case possible, but realizes quickly that given their long history together, playing the other person might not be all that difficult. Until he finds out that Lemon actually attends one of the best universities in the country and is also extremely popular with every student and teacher there. Well, in the end, they make it through the corresponsive days somewhat safely, but I will talk more about that in a minute, because the end of this long first chapter has 2 major surprises still left for us. They're both kinda predictable, but important nonetheless. At the end of this exhausting day, Suno just wants to hit the bed, and is glad, since they have to stay at different places for now, that both of them are living by themselves. Well, about that. Lemon announces that she's rooming with a friend, which is already quite bad given the situation they're in, but it gets even more complicated, because the friend she's rooming with is none other than the girl Suno is in love with, Natsumi. Done with the first surprise. The second one started one panel earlier with Suno asking Lemon about her current boyfriend situation. He tells her, after being surprised by her saying that she's single, that he thought she might actually have a few, given that she cheated on him with 3 other guys back then. Well, about that. Here is where the clickbait comes into play, because Lemon, surprise surprise, did not cheat on him at all. She regrets lying to him and there most likely was a reason for why she did it, that we don't know about yet, but it's probably a stupid one. And of course, she doesn't tell him any of that at this point. But as you can see, the groundwork for a lot of potential plot points has already been laid. First and foremost, thanks to the body switch mechanic, of which I wanna talk about more. And while I'm at it, also want to highly praise. You see, I'm normally not a fan of the switching bodies trope, and there are only a few stories that used it that I actually enjoyed. But so far, having read over 40 chapters of this, I really started loving how it is handled here. To give a little more insight, I will spoil a minor thing from chapter 2 for you. Suno and Lemon swap bodies, yes, but only every other day. This little gimmick changes and switches around the whole dynamic of the characters, impacts their thought processes, and makes for some really fun scenes and interactions. Scheduling their days, trying their best to handle the other person's life while being in their body, and going through all of it without making anyone else, primarily their friends, suspicious, becomes a continuous task in their lives, and every now and then also reminds their childhood friends of the positive sides the other one always had. The art of this manga also makes it very easy to follow the body switching process, because even without clear formal explanation every single time, the changes in gesture and facial expression immediately gives away which character you're reading as in that moment. And this is something that is easy to do in anime, but sometimes not as quickly recognizable in manga, especially if you're a fast reader. Plus, the art style also looks just really cute. With all that said, considering the situation of our two main characters, it is not like the romance in this manga heavily drifts into only one direction. But to go deeper into this, we first gotta talk about the other characters. Don't worry, I won't spoil anything major, it is just for you to get a good overview of what you might getting into. Suno, of who we already talked about a little, is basic romcom character material. He's kind, always willing to help others, and also dances shit. He has his stupid, funny moments sometimes, and is in my opinion on the more likable side of things compared to quite a few other protagonists of the genre. But other than that, nothing really new here. Together with him comes his best friend and also moral support, Suzuka. He is the logical kinda guy who continuously leaks "I'm tired of this shit" energy, but if you really need him, bro got your back. I did not like him in the beginning, but he really started growing on me the more I've been reading. Lemon, on the other hand, is a character I instantly clicked with. She's the girl for everyone that loves their high-spirited and energetic female lead who is head over heels for the main character. In case you have watched or read My Dress Up Darling, you can see her as a slightly tuned down version of Marin Kitagawa. And I know a lot of you will love that. Her best friend is Natsumi. She's the caring, responsible, and slightly bashful type of character. And also, as established earlier, the person Suno currently is in love with, which makes interacting with her while being in Lemon's body quite difficult. Now to the character that makes everything even more difficult, but in a good way, Raika. I will only say two things about her. First, she's somehow found out about the body switching, and second, she's a fucking simp. Now with the important characters out of the way, it is time for me to finally say that every single one of them is part of this manga's romance. Why and in which way, you have to figure out for yourself. But overall I can say that the romance aspect of this manga is, unsurprisingly, nothing groundbreaking. But it feels refreshing seeing a cast of likable characters handling a situation that usually isn't part of your standard rom-com story. On top of that, the dynamics between main and side characters are fun and engaging. It is not overly tropey aside from a few moments early on, and although it is pretty lighthearted for now, everyone that can do basic maths might have already realized at this point that it most likely won't stay all that happy whenever the series reaches later stages. But until this happens, there is, thanks to its gimmick, still a lot of unused potential left. If it will be used in order to flesh out the characters even more, or for the sake of creating accidental drama, no one can say. But I'd be fine with both. Hope You're Happy, Lemon is a manga that I started out of a quick burst of curiosity and ended up really enjoying. If you're not against or even enjoy the body swap trope, I of course highly recommend it. But even if you don't, I would still suggest giving it a chance, because to be honest, this romcom, as solid as it is, has the potential to become one of the best that came out this year. And at worst, it still probably will be better than Rent a Girlfriend. And with that, thank you so much for watching. What are your thoughts about this manga? Have you already been reading? Did this video encourage you to do so? Or are you not interested at all? Let me know your answer down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, activate the bell if you dislike cheating, and subscribe to the channel if you wanna see more of my stuff in the future. As always, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, peace.